guys, Mrs. Traeger here. Today we're going to talk about multiplying polynomials. Our learning target is you'll be able to do just that, and you'll know you'll be successful when you can use the FOIL method to multiply binomials. Let's jump in. First, I want to talk about the difference with some vocabulary. So let's see what I mean by that. First off, with some polynomial vocabulary, let's talk about a monomial. Notice monomial has mono in front, which means one, and nomial means terms. So this means one term. For example, this could be like x or 2x, or it could be 5, or it could be w. But there's only one term in each of those, and it could be negative as well. Another thing is a binomial. A binomial has two terms. So for example, I could have x plus 1, or I could have negative 2x squared plus 5, or w plus z, for example. Notice there's two terms in each. There's also a trinomial, which I think you're getting the hang of this now, means three terms. I'll give you one example of those. You could have x squared plus 2y minus 5. Lastly, in general, we can call them a polynomial. Poly means many, so many terms is what we call all of these, including ones that are higher than 3 terms. So today we're going to start to notice how we multiply those. Let's try a monomial, one term, by a binomial, 2 terms. So notice here's my monomial with one term and my binomial, and we're used to doing this already. It's distributing. So let's do that. X times 2x is 2x squared, and then x times y is just xy. That's it. There's nothing I can combine here, so I'm done. My next one, we're going to distribute a 2 in to each term. 2 times 3x is 6x, and 2 times 5 is 10. The last two, I'd like you to try on your own. Go ahead and freeze your screen here to do just that. Okay, hopefully you paused and tried. Let's see how you did. For the first one, you should have had 2x squared plus 10x. And for the second one, 3 times 4 is 12. X times y is xy. And 3y times 3 is 9y. Alright, let's try something different now. We're going to do a binomial times a binomial. Notice they're each in parentheses, so this whole binomial times this whole binomial. We have a method we're going to use, and what we do is we break it into 4 steps. The first one is called first. What I mean by that is I take the first term times the first term. So there's my f for first term times first term. 3x times 5x is 15x squared. Next, we take the outside terms. So I've got 3x and negative 1. That's my outside terms. 3x times negative 1 is negative 3x. Sorry for that. My next thing I do is the inside term. So 3 times 5x is 15x. And my last step is the last terms. 3 times negative 1. I'll put an I back there. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. So I've got these 4 terms here. We can combine like terms. I notice these 2 of them have just x's on them, so I can combine them. Let me drop down the 15x squared. Negative 3x plus 15x is 12x. And then I can drop down my minus 3. So there's my final answer. Nothing else to combine because they're different degrees. 2nd degree, 1st degree, 0 degree. Let's do another. I'm going to draw the arrows for each time, and I'm going to leave these steps up on the left so you can review them as we go. I like to try to draw the arrows so I can make sure I don't miss anything, and in the beginning it's nice to label them. So this is the first terms. 4n times n is 4n squared. Outside terms, 4n times negative 3 is negative 12n. Inside terms, negative 7 times n is negative 7n. And the last terms, negative 7 times negative 3 is positive 21. Combine like terms, negative 12 minus 7 is negative 19n. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Let me try to fix it. There we go. Let me drop down the rest, and then we're done. It's nice if you have your final answer with your n squared or your x squared or whatever it is on the far left. Here's another one. So my first terms, p times 8p is 8p squared. Outside terms, 7 times p is 7p. Inside terms, 1 times 8 is 8p. And my last terms, 1 times 7 is 7. Combine your like terms in the middle. 7 plus 8 is 15. And drop down the rest to finish up. All right, another one here. First terms, 8x times 3x is 24x squared. Outside terms, 8x times 2y. Whoa, we have x's and y's here. Pause and make sure you're still okay, because we're going to follow the same method but with two variables. 8x times 2y, 8 times 2 is 16. X times y is xy. Inside terms, negative 7 times 3 is negative 21, and we have an x and a y again. Last terms, negative 7y times 2y is negative 14y squared. Combining like terms, I have these two terms in the middle that both have xy's on them. So when I write my final answer, I can combine these numbers, 16 minus 21, which is negative 5 with an xy on it. And there's your final answer. Nothing else can be combined. There's an x squared on this term, there's an xy on this term, and there's a y squared on this term. So this trinomial is complete. Another one like that. Let's see. First, 5x times 8x is 40x squared. Outside terms, 5x times 8y is 40xy. Inside terms, 6y times 8x is 48xy. And last term, 6y times 8y is 48y squared. Lastly, combine your like terms. 40 plus 48 is 88xy. And I can drop down the rest around it. That's it. All right, we have one more to try here. 4x cubed, actually we have two more. 4x cubed plus 2 times 3x minus 1. So we've got exponents going on here. First term times first term. So 4x cubed times 3x is 12x to the fourth. Outside terms, negative 1 times 4x cubed is negative 4x cubed. Inside terms, 2 times 3x is 6x. And last terms, 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Combine your like terms. Wait a minute, do we have any like terms? I started to just go into autopilot mode there, but let's go back and notice. You have 12x to the fourth, and there's no other x to the fourths. You have x to the third, and there's no other x to the thirds. You have 6x, and there's no other 6x's, and you have negative 2. There's nothing you can actually combine here. We are done. Let's go to the next one, where we've still got exponents. So first term times first term, 6x squared times 2x to the fourth gives me 12x to the sixth. Outside, 6x squared times negative 9 is negative 54x squared. Inside terms, negative 3 times 2x to the fourth is negative 6x to the fourth. And the last terms, negative 3 times negative 9 is positive 27. Let's look and see if we can combine anything. I have x to the sixth, x squared, x to the fourth, and no x's, so I'm done there. To wrap us up, I'd like you to try these three, so take a minute, pause your screen, and do just that. When you come back, we'll check answers. All right, I hope you gave those a shot. For the first one, it's just distributing with a monomial times a binomial. You should have 70xy plus 77y squared. For the next one, this is a standard FOIL. So you should have for your final answer 4x squared minus 2x minus 24x is negative 26x plus 12. So there's a final answer for you. And then this one, ooh, that was kind of fancy looking. Another FOIL problem, 5x to the fourth times 3x squared is 15x to the sixth. Outside terms gives me 35x to the fourth. Inside terms, negative 6x squared. And my last term was negative 14. Nothing to combine there. That's it for today. I will see you next time where we look at doing the FOIL method in a different way. We're going to find that you can also multiply binomials with what's called a box method or an area method. So we'll see more of that to come. See you next time.